Guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beckett. I'm going to start my week 2 of August reading vlog. Again, it's the first full week of August, but I started last week. So we're going to just try to do a vlog a week to see if this is something I can integrate into my channel or if this is just too much. We'll see. Last week's video was long, and I'm sure this week will be just as long because I like to talk, and we should know that from my weekly reading updates. Anyway, so it is Sunday morning, the 6th. I just spent a half hour outside cutting blackberry vines and volunteer trees out of my brother's backyard. He does the mowing because I am allergic to grass pollen, so I don't mow, but he will do that, and then I do all the blackberry vines and things I need to cut down. So and other things. Anyway, so it was. So I did force myself this morning. I did not feel like going out there, of course, at 6:45 in the morning, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And then I did it. And anyway, I got a good chunk done. It's not perfect, but I'll do again more next week. I'll maybe try to split it up over 2 days and try to get the rest of the yard. And then maybe we'll be good for at least a month. And my cat, he likes to chomp on my wet hair, and he was just doing that. You can't see him because there he is. He's hiding behind me. Anyway, way to start the morning. Anyway, so the point is that I'm gonna go get a coffee because I'm not gonna do much today around the house. Would you stop, Cooper? I never sit here and let him touch. Anyway, real quick, I'm gonna go get coffee and then I'm gonna come back and then I'm gonna play on my computer for a little bit. Or play in the office. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do in there, if I want to organize some stuff or I'm just gonna play more with my series tracker. But we'll see. I do need to spin the wheel to see what I'm reading next, but I did go back to Mortal Follies last night while I was waiting for my video to upload. It took a really long time, so I'm gonna have to start these, cut them off earlier on Saturday night in order to get them up, because it took like 2 hours to get it uploaded, and it was a long video, so anyway, so we will try that. I'll spin the wheel though, but I'm gonna try to read more Mortal Follies by Alexis Hall. It's not going well, but I got to about 125 pages when I went to bed, so we'll see how I feel. It got a little interesting right before bed, so I might still want to read that. So we'll see what I feel like. I'm not sure how that's going to go. So I might pick something else. I don't really feel like an audiobook this morning, so I'm probably not going to listen to the Q, which I have on audio, which I'll show later to remind. But that's something I'll probably read at work tomorrow, just because I'll probably be bored anyway, because it happens. And I will listen to an audiobook to get through the day. But I have like a little over 2 hours left on that. So, but I don't feel like an audiobook in the car. So I'm going to go. Already talked so much. I'm so mad. So I'm gonna go get a coffee, come back, and then as I said, I'll probably hang out the day. I have to go to the library to take back some stuff and pick up some stuff. I know I was trying to cut back on my library use, but one of the books I'm getting, I have an audiobook for, so I wanted the physical version for Women in Translation. One is a holdover of one that finally came in from Jane Austen July that showed up, and I don't know if any of the other stuff came in that I have coming. We'll have to see. Anyway, so that's kind of the plans for today. So we'll see what happens. Just real quick, I'm in line for coffee, but it started raining on the way here, and I kind of knew that there was a chance of it, but I'm glad I got out early and did the blackberry vines, because that could have been really, I would have stopped, of course, if it started raining on me. And it was raining pretty good, so I think I made it in time. And then I also I had some stuff that showed up in the mail, so I'll show you guys my book mail later. Okay, I'm trying something different. Anyway, so I'm just gonna do a little unboxing. Why not? This is a vlog. A lot of other people do unboxings. Oh, of course this doesn't open when I little tap. So this was a Barnes & Noble pre-order that I should have read the first book before I bought this, but I didn't. So I did get Raven Song by TJ Klune. This is the second book in the Green Creek series. So I have lightly read the first chapter of Wolfsong this week. So hopefully I'll enjoy it. I said I really like TJ Klune, and I hear these are, you know, they're urban fantasies, you know, with LGBTQ, and I think they're spicy. Anyway, I don't know. Anyway, I should not have bought the second book. It is really pretty though. And oh, it's got a little wolf on it. Anyway, I don't know enough about this. So this was a pre-order. I probably shouldn't have made it. I made it during the sale where you got a certain percent. I don't remember. It was a big percentage off that. So I think 30% off. Anyway, so I did get that. Probably. I should have read the first book first, which I'm going to read the first book hopefully the next couple weeks. Not this week. We'll see how I feel. Yeah, Cooper's right here. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, he's right here because I don't usually sit like this with the camera there, but I was trying to find a way to do it. Oh, cool. So, I participate in National Novel Writing Month, and they had a July fundraiser that if you gave $40 to their nonprofit for National Novel Writing Month, so NaNoWriMo.org, you got a hero's journey, one of their notebooks. So it's like a journal for I think it's for 90 days or 91 day productivity journal. So I'm going to look this over. I just wanted to show that I got one. I did spend they're one of the National Novel Writing, or NaNoWriMo is where I donate a lot of money to during the year, other than so a few other things, but that's one of my favorites because it has a writing program that helps with younger writers and also keeps the doors open for the nonprofit. So I definitely donate there. I do a monthly donation, and then I have usually if I participate in a camp, I will put money in. I think I did in April. I didn't do July because I didn't participate in July, but I bought this in July, so I spent another, as I said, I spent $40. I mean, I don't think this journal is $40, but it's pretty close. It's a journal I've been looking at for a while. This one is the Istoa Magic Academy Mystic Blue. Ooh, so I'm looking forward to, well, I'll unbox this, but I wanted to show it off. I'm really a lot of time on this, but anyway, I'm excited for this for my writing because I want to use this maybe for this year writing. We'll see. So it opened up. It does have a little bookmark, which I'm not sure yet what all the little ticks are for. So anyway, I'm gonna probably look at this later, but it is a really pretty blue. But it's kind of interested. It's kind of all very different things to think about. I don't know, they're all like little activities and for the day, what are the things you're going to do today, and who helped out, and I don't know, it just looks really cute. Anyway, as I said, I'm probably not going to use it until maybe September, or maybe I'll do it in October. I'm not sure yet, but that is cool. Okay, hey guys, so I'm just going to do a quick update. Again, it's just a few minutes later. My laundry is running. I'm going to do the sheets on my bed this morning before I go out. So I'm hoping for the library. So I'm hoping to get that done early so that later I'm not making myself do it. I did want to just quickly, mention that the books that I'm reading this week right now, I'm reading The Queue by Basma Abdel Aziz, which is translated from the Arabic, I believe. She is Egyptian, and this was first published in, sorry, that didn't go where it's supposed to go. This is first published in 2012, and it was published with an English translation in 2016. So again, a book that I've been meaning to read. This is about this queue where people are waiting for the government, kind of who has become the government, which is this mysterious gate that appeared and has kind of taken over control of the city. And everybody has to go through this gate in order to get documentation or get something changed or to be allowed to have a surgery. And the gate has not opened in quite a while, since there were these disturbing events that happened where one of our main characters was injured. And it's kind of like those people who are waiting for the government to open its doors to help them, and nobody is helping them. So it's the story of the people who are outside waiting. Anyway, so far it's pretty good. Not a favorite or anything, but it's definitely one that I'm glad I'm finally getting to for women in translation. So that one I'm currently listening to on audio. I got I own the ebook, but I got the audio from the library, and it was going pretty well. I am also currently reading Mortal Follies by Alexis Hall. I got about 124 pages in last night. This is a book that I'm kind of iffy on, a historical, I would say almost a historical fantasy. It's historical with fantastical elements. So we're following Melis, who is cursed for some reason. We don't know. First, at the beginning, she has some horrible things happen to her, and one of the other ladies in the court, so again, it's Regency time kind of thing, 1814. So this one woman comes and helps her, but she's kind of like not blacklisted because she still gets invited to everything, but Lady Georgiana, is also known as the Duke of Annandale, is kind of ostracized but also invited because of some things that happened to her family. So Melis is helped by Georgiana, but it's like there's something else going on, and it has some really good characters in here. There's some good friends and cousins of Melis. There's some funny bits in here of things that happen, there's a lot of talking. This is a very much a sit around and talk kind of book. There are things that happen. Something that just happened to kind of figure out on the curse just occurred that was really a big deal. So I'm going to continue reading this. I was unsure yesterday when I got to about 90 pages and I put it down and read something else. So I'm going to continue today and see how that goes. I'm not sure how that's going to go. And then tomorrow, I just want to point out that I am going to start a buddy read with Tia and All the Books. We're going to read the next book in the Kate Daniels Wilmington Years series. So this is their new kind of short novel, Magic Claims. So I'm really looking forward to this. We're going to read it over the next 4 days. So I probably won't say too much about it on here. I mean, probably when I get done with it. But I'm just saying we'll be contacting each other every day for this. So I'm looking forward to this, but this is not till tomorrow, so I can't start this yet. And Mortal Follies is technically a book that was from my spinner wheel that was from Barnes & Noble, because I put down all the books that I bought from Barnes & Noble this year because I'm not reading as many of those as I should, considering I'm spending money at Barnes & Noble. As you saw, I just got a pre-order from, which is fine. But we are going to spin again. The last one was Backlist or TBR Vet, and I'm going to count the Fae Queen's Captive because I've had that for over a year and I just hadn't finished it. So we're just going to go with that because I didn't pick anything else. So we're just gonna pick again and see what else. If Mortal Follies fails, then I can pick something else, or this will just be the next book I pick up. I just kind of want to do a spinner roll early. So we're just going to go. Ooh, next book in series. Yes. So this one, I'm almost positive I have 2 books that I want to pick up next that are next books in series of books I read either last week or the week before. So I want to pick up the second book in the House Witch series. And I also want to pick up The Emperor of Evening Stars, which is the 3rd book in the Bargainer series. So I'm excited for this one. So that's cool. But I will try to get through Mortal Follies, but it might be again where I set the book aside and read something else later this afternoon. I might need to break it up. That book I might not be able to read a whole bunch of it at a time, and I might need to change it up. So we're going to see. So anyway, that's kind of the update of where we're starting the week. We will see what happens. I will come back when something happens, and I will try to insert some kitty footage. Right now they're leaving me alone because it's early in the morning, but And I'm doing laundry. Anyway. Okay, so I'm out in my car because I just came from the library. I nearly got taken out by an old couple who were in the going straight lane instead of the turn lane, and I turned and they almost turned into me even though I was in the correct lane. And then another older guy just nearly took me out in the McDonald's parking lot. So I'm not having a great driving day. I think I'm gonna go home after picking up lunch, and then that's kind of it. I think I'm gonna stay home and read. I haven't done anything too much so far reading at all, so I'm gonna try to focus on that. But this, yeah, I need to get off the road. These people don't know how to drive. What are you doing, kitties? Yeah. You can come up here, Truman. You come here. Hey guys, so it is Monday morning. I'm at work. I don't want to be here. I'm so tired. I stayed up an extra hour because the book, The House Witch 2, that I picked up for my continuation prompt, because I really wanted to read that book anyway, so one of my characters was in jeopardy, and it was heart-wrenching, and so I stayed up. I teared up a little bit, but I just couldn't go to bed until I got a little farther into the story. So I have, it's about 350 pages, this story, and it continues exactly, or right from the end of the first, The House Witch. So again, this is a cozy fantasy, I would say. A great cast of characters. You get to know them through the first book and then again into the second book. And certain things are happening within the kingdom. And war is on like in the future. We're kind of worried about that, and we're worried about the people who, the relationships within the castle, because again, the House Witch, Finn is in the center of everything, which I love him. I love him so much. Anyway, so I stayed up. I'm tired. I didn't sleep enough, and I gotta go to work. So I'm hoping today to finish that. I have 80 pages left of that. But I'm going to start Magic Claims today for my buddy read with Tea and all the books. So my breaks, I'll probably try to read that one first, even though I really want to read The House Witch 2. But we'll see how I go. So anyway, that's it. It's kind of it. I'm not in an audiobook mood, so I just listened to music in the car. So, well, that's how that goes. Well, I'll get to audiobooks when I feel like them. Right now, not so much. Anyway, so I'm gonna go in. I think maybe I need to drink my coffee that I made. This is a, I've been making it from home, so that's a plastic Starbucks cup, but it was cheaper than plain ones when I bought them. Anyway, I'm gonna go to work. Darn it, I don't want to go to work because I'll be here for the next 8.5 hours. I don't want to be here. Anyway, that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay guys, so I'm home from work. I'm really hot right now. The fan's going, if you can hear that, sorry. I don't have air conditioning downstairs. I just have it as a unit just for upstairs. Anyway, so it's just warm. It's over 80. I don't know. It's too warm for me anyway, or anymore. So I did want to mention, I did read my 56 pages or the first 3 chapters of Magic Claims by Alona Andrews for my buddy read with Tia. So I'm going to talk to her on our messaging and see how it's going. I, of course, really enjoy Alona Andrews. Pretty much everything I've read from them I've liked. So I'm really excited that we're reading this and gonna get caught up on the series again, since we read the whole series together a couple years ago. But they keep bringing stuff out, so I need to read that. Anyway, so we're gonna read that. And then I'm gonna sit here and try to finish The House Witch 2. I have 75 pages, so I'm pretty close, but I didn't, as I said, I read the other book on my breaks, so I didn't get a chance to read any of this but like 2 pages. Yeah, I think that's about all I accomplished before I left home. So it didn't, said I was busy today. It was a quiet day at work, but busy. So anyway, that's it. I'll probably come back on here in a little bit when I talk about the end of The House Witch 2. Okay, so I finished The House Witch. It took me until 8 o'clock because I was just distracted, and I'm tired from last night staying up too late to read this book. But I really enjoyed what happened at the end of this book. It ended the same way as the other one did, where it ends and you know it's going to pick up right next in the next book. So I'm not sure what I want to do reading wise. I kind of want to just pick up book 3 and yes, Cooper, anyway, and just continue. But I really enjoyed this. Actually, I like this better. Well, no, I think I like the characters more because we learned more about them and stuff that's happening. I think I just grew to love them, the cast of characters, because there's just so many of them, and there's just, you get to know them, and I really love them. And I mean, as I said, this one was definitely, I would say, a little higher than the last one, which I gave a solid 4, you know. And this one I think is a little bit, like maybe a 4 1/4, 4 1/2. I'm not sure. Not quite a 5, but it's so close. Like, I could mark it as a 5. We'll see. So I might pick up book 3. And I really want to, because this is where everything that's happened in the other books is coming together. So I want to see what happens. 8 o'clock. Let's see. I'm not sure what I want to do. So I'm either going to do this. I don't think I'm going to do the spinner wheel right now because, as I said, I might just pick this up. So we'll see. We'll see what I do. I don't know. I guess you'll find out when I next update. Okay, guys, I'm just doing a check-in on Tuesday. I am still reading Magic Claims. I read my pages already for my buddy Read with Tia. I did last night start The House Witch 3. So this is the trilogy. This is the completion. So this is, there's other books in this world, but this is the trilogy of The House Witch. This is the 3rd one. So I'm about 115 pages in, I think, about. Yeah, 118. So, I don't plan to finish this tonight because it's 365, I think. So I'm hoping to get over halfway. I want to get as close to 200 to 250 tonight. We'll see what happens. So I want to read at least the 80 pages, 80 some pages to 200. And if I can get past that, that would be great. So we will see. I'm really enjoying this as well. I think book 2 is probably going to be my favorite of the series just because of things that happened in that book. This one, it again is bringing everything from the beginning to now, and things are getting complicated with they're trying to hold off a war, but there's also a lot of things to do with Vin, who and his past has come back into his life, kind of thing, and it's not going well. Anyway, but also some other things go really well for him. So I'm really looking forward to finishing that tomorrow, probably. That's my goal. We'll see what happens. I've not touched an audiobook. I'm still in the middle of the queue, and I haven't even tried it. So I'm hoping in the next day or so I'll feel like it. I have that and 2 other short audiobooks from the library, and then I had 2 others come through, but I delayed them, so I only have 3 audiobooks waiting, and then I have my own audiobooks that I own. Anyway, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm listen, I'm going to work on this, so I probably won't talk to you again until tomorrow, hopefully when I finish it. I won't finish Magic Claims until Thursday, so we'll see. I kind of know what I'm going to pick up after this, but we will see. I'm kind of loosely participating in the final book support group that Steph Loves does. I didn't quite realize that that was this week until I saw a couple videos on it. So technically I am working on series, and I did finish the second book to continue the series, and then this is going to finish the trilogy. So I'm working on it without even realizing it. So we'll see what I pick up after that. But anyway, that's it. That's kind of what I have for my update. So I will check in with you tomorrow. Okay, real quick. It's Wednesday morning. I'm at work. I don't want to be here. I am having one of my allergy attacks from the sun. So I'm breaking out all over the place and I'm so itchy. I don't want to be here. Anyway, just kind of a, not an FYI, but I didn't want to come on here last night because, again, the house witch made me cry. Anyway, so the book is really good. So I'm about 225 pages into that. So I still have 150 of that. And then again, I have to read, I think, about 50 pages of Magic Claims today. So my goal is to hopefully get Magic Claims done while I'm at work, or most of it, and then get home and finish that, and then go and then finish the other one. Hopefully by the end of the night. We'll see. We'll see. I'm really, really enjoying The House Witch. It's been a really great book. So anyway, that's it. I will talk to you guys later. Hey guys, so it is Wednesday evening. It's 7:30 at night. I just finished The House Witch by Delham Hatch, something like that. I don't even know how you say that. Anyway, so this is again an new published cozy fantasy, which I really enjoyed. This is book 3, so I did finish a trilogy. There are books that are companion books to this. One that's out. That's I will try to get at some point. Was something about the Princess and Potential or something. I don't know. And then there's a new, I don't know, the first in a new series, or maybe it's also a companion. I'm not sure, called, I think it's The Burning Witch. Anyway, point is that I'm not going to count the series as done. I am going to count the trilogy done. That makes sense, because I do want to continue on with the writing of this, and I just really enjoyed these. As I said, this one and the second one to me were 4.5 to 5 stars for most of the book. There's a couple of things that made it maybe not exactly a full 5 stars for either one, but they both emotionally got me. At one point I cried in both 2 and 3. And then it wrapped up pretty well. I would say it was not as, there was a lot of fighting because this is the end of the trilogy, and stuff, but it was all well done. I just also feel the ending wasn't quite perfect for me, not because of what happened with it. It was just what was drawn out, I guess. And then there's 2 extra epilogues in here, which I didn't need, but that's fine. Other than that, I'm not taking off for those. I'm just saying. They were probably just extras, as I said. So I really enjoyed that series. I'm really glad that I picked it up again, when I picked up a couple of cozy fantasies earlier this year, when I was feeling the need to, after having withdrawals from Half a Soul and from Legends and Lattes last year. I really wanted a few. The other one that I read didn't really hit very well. But this series was really good. Again, I said I bought the first book, and then I read that over a week ago, and then I just read 2 and 3 back to back. I couldn't stop. So no, I did not spin, but I continued and finished a trilogy. So I think I'm good. So anyway, just FYI, I am now, 3/4 of the way through Magic Claims, which I'm reading with Tia. So we both said we might read the end tonight, because again, we're nearing the end of this. It's only 225 pages, but we'll see. I don't know if I want to read this right now. I might just read them, on my breaks tomorrow. We'll see. So I'm gonna do the spinner wheel again. I know I didn't do it for the last book, because I was gonna read that other book. I was going to read this book 3. And I just want to continue on with something. So we're going to, get it all prepped here and see what happens. I don't have to read that book though. I can choose something else. I have several books I want to get to. So this is just to kind of maybe help. It either will be a book I read now or maybe a little later. Anyway, so here we go. We're going to see what happens next. And Women in Translation. Well done. So I still need to finish the queue, which I have on audio. So I'm going to do that. So I didn't pull down the next Women in Translation books. I'll climb off the couch here for a second. But I am going to read I Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman, which is translated from the French by Roz Schwartz. So again, I've seen this quite often recently, so I do want to read this. It's fairly short, and I just bought it because I want to read it. So it's like 188 pages. Again, this is a dystopian about some women who are trapped, I think, underground or something. And then I think 39 women and something happens and then something else happens. I don't know. Anyway, I really want to try that. So I think I'm going to try that. I think I will try to get back to my audiobooks tomorrow or the next day. I'm not sure. As I said, I have a little over 2 hours left of the queue to read. I'm just not feeling it. I mean, it was okay. It's not going to be I'm sure it's just a 3-star read, which is probably what my problem is, but I want to finish it. And then I have a couple of short books from the library that I have checked out. I have postponed everything else that's come up because, of course, everything comes up when I have a backlog from the library. So I've put other stuff off. But I think I'm going to try that. So we will try to do our next book of Women in Translation because I do want to get one done a week. And right now I'm failing because I did not finish the queue for last week. So if I get those 2 done this week, then I'm back on track. Because I just want to at least get a few done. Because I want to read more translated works, and I'm not doing very good with that this year. Because again, I'm focusing on series. So I still want to read a lot of series, but I'm going to take a little break on that and read this standalone. Hopefully I enjoy it. If I don't enjoy it, then I will do enough to move to something else, but we'll see what happens. So that's my update for today. I will probably come back when I have something else going on. Okay, so it is Thursday afternoon. It was a long day at work. It was very quiet. Not a whole lot happened. I got things done. I guess that's all that matters. And I finished a few books, mostly because I was pretty far into these anyway. So I did finish The Queue by Basma Abdel Aziz. So this was one of my books for Women in Translation. It was translated from, I think it's Arabic. I'm not positive, by Elizabeth Jacquet. So anyway, I thought this was okay. It's a dystopian about a place where this gate has appeared that has kind of pretty much taken over the government, and we kind of hear how that happened, but it's really a lot of mystery. There's a lot of magical realism-ish kind of things because we're not sure exactly what happened or why they're in charge. And all these people that we follow are somehow connected to the queue, which is the line waiting to be let into the gate to get paperment and documentation stuff, or paperwork or documentation for certain things, like for jobs and for things that they did something like minorly wrong, and then the government says, oh no, you have to have all this paperwork, and they had to go get in line for this. And so this queue has not been moving. It keeps getting longer every day. More people come, and they're waiting for the gate to open, and the gate has not opened in a while after there was some civil unrest. And so we're kind of in the aftermath of that, where we're following one of the characters who was hurt during that unrest, and he is unable to have surgery for different reasons, and it's him trying to get his documentation and find out why. So it is a really strange book because it has so many people who are there because they made some small mistake, and they have to have documentation that they're like a legal resident, and they have to, because of some teaching certificate, because they mentioned they were kind of open in some of their views on certain things, and or they voted for the wrong person, and so they weren't able to buy food from this one person anymore. So it was really, it's a political kind of thing where people are, they want them all to be a certain way, and not everybody is able to conform to that, and then they're put in this queue, and then they wait all day and all night, and some of them slip out of the line and come back, and it was really interesting how that worked with the line dynamics of people who are in line for that amount of time and things that happened. I did not like super enjoy this. What's really funny is that I read another book. Hold on, let me see if I can find the title of it. It's also called The Queue, but I read it a couple of years ago by Vladimir Sorokin, and it was kind of the same thing, where it was talking about people who are in line and they don't really know why. People just keep coming in and out of the line because they think they're going to get something for free or whatever. Why won't this blow up for me? I don't know if you can see that, but it's it was translated from the Russian by Sally Laird. So I read this a couple of years ago. I had I think I found that at a library book sale or something. I don't know if I still own it. I didn't go look to see if I did. But it was different and yet a lot of the same, but because I don't remember a lot about this. Except that I remember there was this queue and people were coming, weren't sure what they were in line, but they just got in line and stuff. It was weird. So they're both kind of dystopians. I think The Queue that I just read for Women in Translation was really well written. I think there are a lot of things in there to think about and digest. I just didn't enjoy the experience so much. So I might change my rating. I did kind of rate it kind of low, but I don't know. I have to see if it sits with me or it just vanishes, because the other one is gone. Like, I barely remember that book, and this one, I just don't know if I will retain a lot of that. So, that's too bad, but that's, I at least read my Women in Translation I was supposed to read last week. I did finish. I did listen to it on audio, because I had the ebook, but it wasn't going so well for me. Like, I just didn't want to read it, and I wanted to read other stuff when I was reading physically. I was trying to see if I could find the audiobook narrator. I don't know if I can. Oh, here, audiobook. Is it gonna let me go there? Mark Bramhall. So I think it was, yes, sorry, I'm really rambling. Anyway, point is that I read my first one. I listened to it on audio from the library, even though I own the ebook. And it was okay. I don't know if I would recommend it. I don't think it's bad. I think if it sounds interesting to you at all, then read it. Again, it was only 240 pages, I think, so it wasn't very long. The audiobook was pretty short. So it wasn't bad. Anyway, the other book I finished today was Magic Claims by Alona Andrews, which is the second book in the Wilmington Years series by them that came out this year. I really, really enjoyed this one. This was a great follow-up to Magic Tides, which was the first one, and then continues, and then there's so much stuff that can happen from here. I hope the authors decide to continue more in the Kate Daniels series. I think we just all love Kate and Curran and everybody, and I just love the action scenes in here and the magic, and just the world building is so well, because this is a world where magic is coming back into the world. So when magic flares up, then technology doesn't work, and then when the magic goes away, the technology can work. And we're following Kate from the very first part of the series is very different from where we are here. So don't start with this sub-series of the Wilmington Years. Only if you've read the main series, because they do talk about people and events that happened throughout the series. And even I, that just read it 2 years ago, the whole series, I was sitting there going, who's this again? And I just stop and think about it. So I I did this as a buddy read with Tia and all the books. We read the whole series together, and we've been reading. When a book comes out, we'll read more. And we've read other Ilona Andrews series, so we are definitely enjoying our journey on this, and really enjoyed this one. So I can't wait for more. I haven't heard when we'll get another one, but I really want another one. So, but anyway, I really enjoyed that, and I'm glad we got to read that. So, okay, so there's... Really quick, because I've talked a lot, so I'm just gonna do this real quick. I did want to start I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Harpman, translated from the French by Roz Schwartz. So I did want to read this last night. I started it. I read like 3 pages and fell asleep on the couch for an hour and a half. And then today I tried to read this after lunch on my break, and I nearly fell asleep at my desk. I don't know if it's just because it's kind of dense in the beginning, and the book is dense. There is no chapter breaks, at least not that I've seen so far. So I only got like 8 pages in, and again, almost fell asleep again. So I'm going to hold off on this right now. I don't think this is going to be my Women in Translation book this week. I think I'm going to find something else. I think this one I have to find a different way to read this, or just not right now. Right now, it's making me go to sleep. And it's a dystopian about a young woman who has never been out of this bunker, and we don't know why. And she's surrounded by some other women, and at least the character we're so far following, she doesn't know the world and doesn't know things that are going on. So she's been isolated, and she doesn't understand a lot of things. So it sounds really good, but they're being guarded, and we don't know why, and blah. So I don't know. My problem is just, it was putting me to sleep. So I don't know if it was just because it was after lunch. And last night it was, after dinner, after I finished the other book. I don't know. And then really quick, so then I did pick up my backup book that I brought to work to start, which is The Emperor of Evening Stars by Laura Thalassa. So this is book 3. Or when you look at the old series, it's 2.5, which I understand because it's a lot shorter than the other books, and it's more of a prequel to the series, except you get to hear things that you need to know for book 3, I'm pretty sure. It talks about things that we learned about in book 2 mostly. So again, this is following Desmond, the bargainer, from when he was a kid and on. And so I haven't got very far in this. It's 237 pages. So I'm hoping to get a whole big chunk of this done today, but we will see how I go. Hopefully I won't fall asleep reading that. Yes, Cooper. Anyway, so that is my update, and that was a really long update. So, but I did finish 2 books, and I'm going to read another series continuation, which is fine. I'm drawn to this more than the other book, and the other book, as I said, is a little more dense than I thought it would be. So I think I'm going to read this, and then maybe I'll pick a different book for Women in Translation that might not be so heavy. I don't know. Or I'll try it again. It just might not have been last night, and today it just didn't work. We'll see what happens. So anyway, I will check in with you guys later. Okay, guys, so it is 9:30, and I finished The Emperor of Evening Stars by Laura Thalassa. This is book 3. Or if you look at the series on different places, it says 2.5. This is definitely a prequel, but also kind of his side of the story through mostly the first book or before that. So again, his origin story, the bargainer himself. So I enjoyed this. I didn't love it because, again, there was a lot of the stuff in the beginning was new stuff. The stuff from more the middle to end was more just a rehash but from his point of view. So there are differences, and it does explain what he was going through in different things. And I liked it, but I didn't love it as much. So again, this was just a fine read. I think you do need to read it before continuing the series. I think it does give some insight to stuff about his past. I think you do need it because stuff that happened at the end of book 2, some things were talked about, but we don't know what happened beforehand, that something happened. I'm trying to be vague. Anyway, point is, I still think you need to read this, even though sometimes you can get away with not reading them. I think you need to read it. I don't think there's a choice. I just think there's too much stuff in here that you might need I think, for the third book, or the last book. So I just have one more book left, Dark Harmony, I believe. So I'm not going to pick that up next, but I hope to pick it up by the end of the month. We'll see. Because I'd like to finish the series out this month. Anyway, so I'm not sure what I want to read. It's, as I said, it's a little after 9:30. I'm not going to probably read anything now, but I'm going to spin the wheel again because I want to maybe get an idea, maybe come up with an idea for reading something something else. Because again, I'm a mood reader, so this has all been fun because I just pick what I want to read. But this kind of guides sometimes if it works. It doesn't always work, as you notice. The Woman in Translation isn't working. So we're going to go to the next one. We're going to and see what comes up. Maybe it'll give me inspiration. Backlist TBR Vet, which I did before. Let me think. Okay, so Backlist TBR Vet. So what I was thinking is I kind of want to read maybe Cackle by Rachel Harrison, or try this because I also am interested in her other book, Such Sharp Teeth. And this month it's on the buy one, get one half off for Barnes & Noble. So before I go to Barnes & Noble, I kind of want to read the other book I have by her to see if it's an author I want to buy a second book from. So I bought this, I think, last year on one of the sales. One of the buy one, get ones. I didn't, this is on my 23 and 2023, so it's definitely a book I wanted to get to. It has to do with, a woman starts a new teaching position, and when she gets to there, she meets the beautiful, charming, magnetic Sophie. And then there's obviously something going wrong in the small town, and it looks like Sophie's, has some kind of wielding some power. So I'm going to try this one, I think. I'm going to try it. We'll see. Because I really, really want to buy the other book, because the other one's kind of a werewolf one. But I should read the other book I have on my shelf by her. So, because I'm thinking about this, and this is from last year. It's maybe not a TBR Vet that's been on my, it's been years, but it is also on my 23 and 2023. So it does check off a couple of things. So we're going to give this a shot. Hopefully I like it. I guess we'll see. I'll let you know tomorrow. I might take a backup book in case this doesn't work. But we'll see what happens. I'm not sure what that backup book is going to be. I don't know. I don't know what I feel like. Hey guys, so it is 5 o'clock and I am so glad to be home. It has been a long week. I'm so tired. It's just a long week, and yes, I have hard hat head from leaving work when I have to wear my hard hat when I go outside. Anyway, I'm so tired. And of course the temperatures are getting warmer, and this weekend's supposed to be warm, and the next week is supposed to be in the hundreds, which is not anything I want to deal with. Anyway, but I made it through the week. It was really long. And a little boring, but we made it through. Today, what was I trying to say? I did finish something. I finished an audiobook that I had out from the library, which is The Physicians of Velnock by Lois McMaster-Bujold. This is book 8 in the Pendrick and Desdemona series. So this is in publication order. I'm doing that list. So there's a couple that could be read in a different order if you go by the timeline of the stories, but I decided to read in publication order as if they were coming out and I was getting them, kind of thing. So, which I've really enjoyed. These are fantasy novellas, so they're all probably about 125, 150 pages, maybe a little bit more sometimes, but they're not very long. And they're following Pendrick, who has a demon attached to him. And I really enjoy these. These are very light and easy. The audiobooks are done by Grover Gardner, and they're really done well. And so as I said, I think I read the first 6 earlier in the year, and then I took a break, and then I did one a couple weeks ago, a week or two ago. Must have been 2 weeks. And then I had this one out from the library and I hadn't listened to it yet, so I wanted to read it to give it back. And then I will probably pull out book 9 here tonight, and then maybe in the next couple days I'll pick that up. I don't know. I really want to finish the series either in August or September. We'll see. I'm not sure how much, because my audiobooks are been up and down, but these are short and I really, really enjoy them. I think they're great little fantasy stories. I definitely want to read more in the world of the 5 gods. I have the first book in that series, that the novels of a trilogy that are in that world. So I'm probably I might not pick them up this year, but for sure next year, because I like Lois McMaster Bujold's writing and her character work. I really am enjoying this series. I just think they're really great. Fantasy that's in novella style. In novella length. I think they do really well. So anyway, so I did listen to an audiobook earlier today, and then while I was working, and then I also made progress in Cackle by Rachel Harrison, which I started last night, and so I'm about almost 100 pages in on this, and I'm really enjoying this. So this is kind of a witchy book. So we have Annie, who lived in New York City and broke up with her and her boyfriend broke up, and so she can't live in the city. She can't afford to live in the city alone. So she decides to take a teaching job outside of the city in a smaller town, and then she rents an apartment in someone's house in a smaller town from that one. And so it's her in this small town meeting the people there. And one of them is the ematic Sophie, who Annie gets kind of caught up in. So I'm only a third of the way through, and things are really, really happening now. So I'm not sure what's going to happen, like where I stopped when I'm not sure what's going to happen, and poor Annie. Anyway, so I want to continue this tonight. I don't think I'll finish this before bed, because it's like a little under 200 pages. But if I don't, that's fine. I'll finish it probably in the morning. I really think I'm just going to go to Barnes & Noble tomorrow on Saturday, because I want to get such Sharp Teeth, which is this author's werewolf book. And I'm really curious of that. And now I'm curious about her other book. I think it's called The Return, which I've heard mixed things on. But I think that was her debut. I'm not sure. But that one, I think, has to do with a girl who disappeared and then she comes back later and is different. I'm not sure, but I might look for that used, but definitely I really like her writing and I'm really getting along with it. So we'll see how the book goes after that. So that is kind of my update for now. I'm gonna relax here. Probably gonna have leftovers for dinner, and then tomorrow, as I said, I'm gonna go to Barnes & Noble and I might go out for lunch, and then do a couple more errands, and then I think I haven't decided if I'm going to actually make enchiladas tomorrow night, or I'm going to wait till Sunday to make them. And it'll depend, because it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot tomorrow, and it's going to be even hotter Sunday. And I'd have to turn the oven on. Well, I'd have to turn the stove on first to brown the hamburger. So I don't know. We'll see if I actually make anything. I'm not quite sure. I might chicken out on that. So we'll see what happens. So anyway, I will check in with you later. Hey guys, so it's Saturday morning and I've just been playing with my spreadsheets because I like to do that. And I started looking through some things, and then I started buying some things. There's a problem with getting on the computers. I start looking up stuff and I go, oh, you know what? I don't have that book. Why don't I have that book in that series? And again, because I'm doing my spreadsheet, I'm doing all my spreadsheets that deal with my reading and buying and other stuff. It's just, I found one series where I just didn't have the second book, and I decided to get it even though I haven't started that series. And because it's an Alona Anders, so I just went ahead and bought that just so I have it on hand, so when I finally do read it. And then I remembered there was this steampunk series that I really want to get back into, and I know I read the first 2 books and one of the novellas, and I read it back in 2016, so quite a while ago, and I read them on ebook, and I was like, well, I don't really want to read those on ebook this time around, because I own book 3 and 5 right now physically. So I was like, oh, well, and I haven't found them. So it's Beck McMaster, and it's the London Steampunk series. So I'd read Kiss of Steel, Tarnished Night, which is the novella, and then Heart of Iron, as I said, 2016. So I have decided, I went online and I went and bought those used. So those will be coming to me and I can restart the series. I really want to, all of a sudden I want to reread that series, like, or reread the part I read and then finish it, because it's a 5-book series with 2 novellas. So it's 7 books. I really want to read those. Then she has a companion series, which I don't own anything from, but, and a couple other series that I've never got to because I never made it through this series. And I remember really liking the steampunk elements of this. And I think it's kind of, I don't remember if it was vampires. It had something to do with blood. It was like a different color blood of people. Anyway, I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember really enjoying it, and I never finished it because I just got distracted, or they weren't all out. I don't remember how it went. I think I got distracted. Anyway, so I just spent money on books, and I bought books yesterday. I didn't mention that. Because I felt like I was doing really good with my reading, that I've read so much so far this month that I thought, well, I can buy a couple more books. I'm fine. I'm reading off my shelves. and then I know today I want to go and hit a couple more bookstores for a couple other things. So today's is a book buying day, and then I gotta not buy anything else for the rest of the month if I can help it, except for a couple pre-orders at the end of the month. What, 1 step ahead, then 2 back? I was doing so well. I don't know why. No, I know why. That's, my thing. That's what I like to buy. And I was trying to hold off, and I was trying to be good. And then it's just a fail, Anyway, so, yeah, it's about 9:30. So I'm going to read for a little bit. And then, now that I played with and bought books online and played on my spreadsheets, and I'm going to read for a little bit, and then I think I have to go hit the library to drop a few things off and pick up some things for Women in Translation that I want to try. And then I think I might go to Powell's for a few used books. I still have a lot of credit, so that won't cost me anything, but I'll be bringing books into my house. There's at least 2 I want. One a classic and one a modern classic. I don't remember what year, actually, now that I think about it, but it's something I want. And then, yeah. And then I'm probably going to hit Barnes & Noble if I feel like it. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, that's the start of my Saturday. Okay, guys. So I bought a lot of books at Powell's and used a lot of my credit that I had. But that's what it's for. So I don't feel bad about that. But I just struck out at Barnes & Noble. They do have such sharp teeth. But I couldn't find a book to do the half off, buy one, get one half off. So, that didn't go so well. Anyway, so I'm sitting here trying to decide what I wanted to go do lunch for. My brother picked up something that I'm going to eat for dinner, a calzone. He went out and he's like, oh, do you want one? I'm like, yeah, but I'm already out and about, so I'll have that for dinner. Nice guy. Anyway, I'll pay him back, don't get me wrong. Anyway, so I'm not sure when I'm going to go eat, but I'm going to read Cackle. I still have 70 pages left. Is that right? Yeah, I think 70. Something close to 70. And then I'll go home and read. And I'll show you a little bit of what I got in my book haul from Powell's. I mean, I said I did really good there. I mean, I still paid a lot because I bought 3 new books in a series that I've decided to go back to and read. And I wanted them. I wasn't going to buy these trade paperback copies because of course they were more expensive, but they were signed. Yeah, so I bought them. I shouldn't have done it, but I had credit. I had no good reason to say no. And I might go back and get those versions in the trades later if I like this series a lot. But whatever, it was all credit. And so I'm trying to convince myself I was okay, but I was in a book buying mood and I bought a lot. And then I'm kind of sad when I got here to Barnes & Noble and I couldn't find anything to buy with such sharp teeth. So I think what I'm going to do is wait until near the end of the month and come back like the last weekend and decide. And maybe if I can't find something, then I will not buy it right now. I was really wanting to buy it while it was the book of the month because it'd be, buy one, get one half off. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be there again. I don't know. There just wasn't anything. So anyway, that's it. My update. I'll show the books later. You cute. Okay, so I'm home now. I've had my lunch out. I had Red Robin. I had a gift card that I found that could have been from last year that I just hadn't used. Anyway, so I'm really kind of bummed about the whole Barnes & Noble thing failing. But considering how much I spent at Pal's, maybe it was a good thing. I did buy stuff from Thrift Books earlier, and I bought some on Amazon. So I think I did enough damage today. I think I'm done. So I did want to first show the hardbacks on over there, but I did get my pre-order of The Salt Black Tree by Lilith St. Croix earlier this week. I just forgot to film it for my one of my local bookstores. So I'm going to read this urban fantasy fairly soon. Might be next week. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. But I want to finish out this duology. So again, I really like Lilith St. Croix's writing. It never goes the way I think it's going to. And in this one, we're following Nat, whose mother is dying, and she finds a lot of secrets out about her mother, and it's somehow related to mythology, mostly stuff to do with nature and stuff. And she is sent on this mission to try to save her, but the things she discovers, things don't go the way that she planned, or anybody else who is involved with this. And so I'm really looking forward to picking up the second book so I can finish that duology this year. So again, because they both came out this year, and I got them both, and I got hardcovers on both. The first one I didn't want a hardcover, and that's what they got me, and I was like, so I just paid the extra. And then this time I think she got confused, because this time she's like, oh, I ordered the hardback somehow and I meant to get the paperback. And I'm thinking, that's what I did. That was supposed to happen last time. So I had ordered the hardback this time because I wanted it to match. So she actually gave me a discount on the second one. So overall, it got discounted enough that I feel okay about it, buying them both in hardback, because they are expensive hardbacks. And I mean, she gave me a discount off the first one too, but not enough. It was expensive. Anyway, so the stuff I got at Pal's, I got, what did I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 books at Pal's. So I did get this this classic. This is the 17th century. So I don't remember if it was 1790s. I can't remember when this came out, but it's a novel called Memoirs of Emma Courtney, by Mary Hayes. And I saw this online sometime just recently, and I think on Instagram somewhere, and someone was talking about it, and I'm like, I don't know anything about that. But she was in the late 1700s. She was a feminist, and she was someone who followed Mary Wollstonecraft. And so I wanted to read this just because it sounded interesting, but it's following Emma and her frustrations with society's expectations. So it sounds really cool, and I'm hoping it's good. It's not super long, and it was a pretty cheap copy. So, but there was a classic that I picked up that I could read probably for Jane Austen July next year, or I could read it before that, because I don't know, I just said, I don't remember what year it was. I also picked up a paranormal romance called How to Flirt with a Naked Werewolf by Molly Harper. I blame this on Sarah at the Bookish Knitter, because I saw her talk about this on her TBR. And I think I've heard her talk, it's either she's talked about it before or somebody else has. Anyway, so it's Alaska, and it's a woman finds out her neighbor is a werewolf. And it just sounds fun. Anyway, so I think it's a trilogy, so I'm gonna try the first one of it. I've never read Molly Harper, so we will see how it goes, but it sounded cute. I did pick up The Return by Rachel Harrison. I just couldn't not because I'm really enjoying Cackle. So this one again was her debut, and this has it where when somebody's friend goes missing, and then 2 years later she shows up, and she's different. Anyway, I don't know. And then I also picked up a copy of The Death of Jane Lawrence by Caitlin Starling, because I did start this from the library when it first came out, and then I had to take the book back, because again, one of those things. So I know that there's mixed reviews on this one, but I still want to read this, and I'm still thinking about it. So I got a copy with that. And then I kind of splurged and bought 3 of the Iron Druids series. And I got the last 3 because I own the first 7 in a mass market, like this size. But they didn't have the later ones in that anymore. At least not there. But these are all signed. He was there not too long ago. So I got Staked, Besieged, and is it, I don't know how I say that. Scourged? I don't know. Anyway, so I didn't need to, these are all new copies and I did not need to spend that, except the fact that these are all on credit. There are credits, so I didn't really pay for them. So now that means, which is why this book is here, is because I'm going to reread this book at some point. I want to get back into the series, and I never continued from this book, so I don't remember anything from the first book, except that I really liked it, and then I got distracted, which is a theme. But I'm trying to get back into, you know, finding things. So that is my mini book haul. This one I already owned. This is from years ago when I first read it. I don't remember what year that was. Anyway, so yeah, I did some damage, yet didn't cost me a penny. It was all from credit. So that is the one nice thing about Pals, is that if you take books in for credit, you can just pay things with credit. You don't have to do a mix of credit and cash like I have to do at the other used bookstore that I go to, which I will take the stuff that, you know, the other books that Pals doesn't want, I usually take it there for, and then take it to the next used bookstore to get credit before I take it to the library book sale. Anyway, so that's my small little book haul, which I didn't mean to. And then I bought several books online, as I said. So I'm not doing good today. So we're done. The day is done. I got myself a Dutch Brothers. I let myself go get a Dutch Brothers. Yeah, it was not, this day's not, and it's getting hotter out there. Like it's going to be pretty warm today for us. So I have the fan going. I'm going to just sit here and finish Cackle because I have about 50 pages left. So I'm going to finish that and then we'll see what I read. I might reread Hounded, or I might pick up the last book in the, you know, the Salt Black Tree, which is the book 2 of the Dead God's Heart duology. So I might pick up that, or I might pick up something else. So I will check in with you later. I did start an audiobook, but I will talk about that at the end. So it's 3 o'clock and I finished Cackle by Rachel Harrison. So I really enjoyed this and I'm glad I'm going to continue on and read some of her other books. I really like this one. I think there's a lot of good spooky elements in here. It didn't end the way I thought it would, although I liked how it ended. It just definitely didn't do what I thought it would, which was good. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I thought it was interesting. So I did finish this and I really enjoyed it. So definitely will read more of hers. I already bought, as I said, The Return, and I will get such sharp teeth at some point. And then I do want to in the future read Black Sheep, so which is her release, I think, in a month or 2. So anyway, my audiobook, I did want to mention, I did carry on with the Lady Hardcastle series, so I'm about 23% in of Death Beside the Seaside by T.E. Kinsey. So again, I really like the Lady Hardcastle mystery series. Her and Flo are just fun, and they go to the coast, to the seaside, and somebody goes missing, so they are asked to look into the case, you know, on the down low, so nobody knows what they're doing. So, and of course they're sometimes obvious about certain things, but it's just fun. Their banter back and forth is the best thing. I'm listening to an audio, which I can't think of his I can't think of the narrator's name right now, but she does a great job with the series. I've really enjoyed the series overall. So again, this is number 6. So I have quite a few yet before I get caught up, and a new book is coming out, I think, in September. So I'm behind. I think I'm at least behind, you know, another 4. So, but anyway, so that's what I'm gonna read now. I don't know what I want to read next because I have so many books that I want to read everything. So we're gonna do my favorite little spin a wheel and see what pops up. Because again, I could do the reread, which is not on here, but I might want to pick something else up. So I'm going to do this, and then this might be the last clip. We'll see. Maybe I'll do one more clip after this, after I start something. So anyway, we'll see what book, what area of books they want. So 23 in 2023, which I just read one from. Okay, I'm gonna have to think about this. We'll think. But I'll make some kind of decision here on what I'm gonna read next. Not sure. Okay, guys. So I did try a few things from my 23 and 2023 list, and nothing is calling to me. I think the problem is that most of them are standalones, and I feel like I need to read a series book right now. So, I might pick up something next time. I don't know. Again, I said this is very arbitrary. So I did pick up my reread Hounded by Kevin Hearn. So this is the first book in the Iron Druid series. So I've only read the first 2 chapters. So I'm going to close out the vlog here because it is super long and I talk a lot. So I read a lot this week, and I'm not going to rehash that because it was a lot. And I read a lot of pages considering, you know, that I did work. But I came home and read most evenings. And I'm really glad that that I got through the House Witch trilogy. I finished that off. I continued on with a couple of series. I'm going to restart this series because, again, I have read this book back in 2015. I thought I reread it at one point, but I can't find a date for that. I might have to. I have this feeling I read it like 3 or 4 years ago, but I couldn't find record of it. So maybe I didn't, but I'm going to reread it now and then continue the series, because now that I own the whole series, except for some novellas and stuff that I'll have to get online at some point, either Kindle-wise or maybe off his website. I have to find out where I can get some of those stories. But I'm going to get back into this one because it's a 10-book series. Yes, and a lot of in-between stuff. So probably shouldn't have started another series, but this is, again, another one of those series where I've read a book and I just never continued. And I want to continue now that I've bought more books. So anyway, that is my wrap up. And there's not much else I can say because, again, I read so much this week. I'm sorry this is so long. And again, I talked a lot. So it was my second week of this. So we'll see how it goes the next week. Hopefully I can be a little more concise. I don't know. We'll see. Matters how much I get read this next week. I don't plan to binge any series, but you never know. I could be binging this series. I could pick up another series to read. I have next books and series that I want to continue. Those ones, I have a lot. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And let me know what you guys are reading, or if you've had a good reading week. We're going into hot weather in the next couple of days, so I'm not looking forward to that. So, but anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.